Rainy day, people don't hide love inside, they just pass it on. It's beautiful, thank you. And our monthly theme for February is about inclusion. And that song fits perfectly because we are here despite the rain we had last week. Many of you experienced. I was talking to some people outside, and yes, I was riding my bike last week, but I keep a change of clothes in my office. I only look silly. And so rainy day people seems particularly appropriate after this past week. And the theme of inclusion is quite important. And last week, I was talking about how home, when we're talking about growing a spiritual home, home is not really about a place, it's about a feeling. I was doing some reading this week around the idea of inclusion, and it was saying, we often think about being inclusion and being hospitable means people come here and feel better about their experience here. And I think that misses the real point of inclusion and hospitality. Hopefully people have an experience here that they feel better about themselves when they leave. That's ultimately what I hope for around hospitality and inclusion. People leave here feeling better about themselves. Not feeling better about us because what a good experience, because ultimately I think we all need that. One of the testimonials last week from Emma talked about the epidemic of loneliness, and I think we all read about that in the news and we hear about it across all age groups. There's an epidemic of loneliness in our country that was happening anyway and got exacerbated by the pandemic. So we want people to come here, have a good experience, and leave better about feeling about themselves. And there's this idea, most of us know as in religious community, we hear the idea of the golden rule. Do unto others as you'd have done unto yourself. But true inclusion needs to go one step further. And there's this idea about the platinum rule. Do unto others as they would have done unto them. Do unto others as they'd have done unto them. And the important element about the platinum rules, it requires us to be in relationship with one another. Because what I may want to be done to me may not be what you want to be done to you. So we need to be in relationship to find out, get to know each other. What are the triggers that cause pain for them? What are the things that will lift them up, amplify their goodness, make them feel loved? Many of us know the idea of love languages. Learning what the love language of another is. Not just about your own love language, but what's the love language of another that would allow them to truly feel loved, cared for, and a sense of belonging. And there's a story from Aesop's Fables. Of course, Aesop's Fables is about 2,500 years old, stories from Greece about animals. And this is a story of three animals who were friends. There's a stork with a long beak, the bird, a stork. And then there's a monkey. And then there's a fox. And the fox decides to have dinner, invite all the animals. And he serves them in a big white plate with the food spread out. And the monkey's fine, he can eat, he's got hands and it's fine. And the fox, he's used to eating out a plate. But the stork, the beak just gets in the road and he was only getting little nibbles at a time. So the stork leaves along with the monkey. And the stork's just complaining all the way home, like, that was a terrible meal, I couldn't eat anything, I was only getting nibbles, I'm still hungry. And the monkey's like, I ate fine, the food was great, you should have given me yours. And then, so the fox decides, the stork says, well, I'm going to arrange the next meal. So the stork arranges the next meal, invites the monkey and the fox over. The stork serves it all in these long flutes that can get its beak in, it's biled high. But the fox can't get in, can only lick the top of the food. And he only gets eaten. So the fox leaves and he's really angry. He said, that was terrible, I couldn't eat it. And the monkey went, I could eat fine. The monkey said, I'm going to invite you both over for dinner. So the monkey invites them both over for dinner. Said, bring a plate or bowl of your choice. Bring a plate or bowl of your choice. And so they do. And so the stork puts it in a long flute. The fox puts it in a wide plate. The monkey puts it in a big trough. And they'll all eat. And I think that's the key of inclusion. It's the key to the platinum rule, is learning what works for other people, not works for you as an individual, but what works for others. Because we do want everyone to leave here feeling good about themselves, feeling included, feeling the sense of belonging. Because ultimately we want everyone in the religious community to feel this sense of belonging. And it's not about treating everyone the same, because true inclusion is about creating a sense of equity, that people, despite their background, despite their physical, mental disabilities, but despite, they have a good experience here. They feel included, they feel welcome. That's why we've put the ramp in here. That's why we're doing things for the disability, but making the bathrooms, we're looking to make the bathrooms ADA compliant. That's why we've got a barrier of a door that's not quite working yet, but will eventually will be able to be opened electronically on the Lowell Street. That's why we're doing that. It's all part of inclusion, because ultimately inclusion is what love looks like in community. Inclusion is what love looks like in community. And it's said that, inclusion, diversity is being asked to the dance. Inclusion is being asked to dance. Equity has been asked to bring your own music to the dance. And so we want, in fact, the ultimate step of inclusion is a great sense of equity and for people to feel a greater sense of belonging.